ultimate power in the universe.
At last we will reveal ourselves.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of dark
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you will be notified of all of our future episodes. Also, don't forget to press that like button. It helps get these videos in front of other Star Wars fans so they can get in on the outrageousness. So how's everyone doing today?
Woo! Hey guys. Sorry.
Wow,
It was a good day.
I'm beat status, bro. I'm tired.
Yeah, me
I
too.
am
I'm
tired,
pretty
yeah.
tired.
Dude,
What?
finals.
a
Almost
long
done.
week.
Almost done with finals. Then I'll be a happy man.
It's been a long couple days with me with this eyeball thing that's going on, but other than that, I have a lot of random energy.
This eyeball thing, what you got, pink eye?
No, see, everybody keeps saying that it's actually a virus,
Called pink eye?
and it's a sinus. It's a
Eye
sinus
herpes.
infection. You
I'm just playing. I'm sorry, CJ.
just gonna
I'm
mute
sorry.
my mic. Damn you guys.
Don't mute your mic.
No, it's
Don't do
it's
that.
it's a virus, sinus infection type virus that actually affects the glands in your eye socket and around where your eyelid's at, and it swells them up to the point where nothing can come out. So this eye is all swollen. The other one started healing today, so I can't see anything on this side, but I mean I can see you guys right here, so that's all that matters.
That works.
So you only got one eye?
So far,
We're going to call you One Eye Willie.
What I Willie.
yeah.
It's the great and powerful One Eye Willie. Where's the treasure at, damn it? I want to know where the treasure is at.
If I knew where the treasure was at, I would probably cash it in, and if I knew where the treasure was at, I'd cash it in, and we'd all go to Disneyland together.
Oh, yeah. That would be wonderful. I can't wait till
would.
that happens. Okay, so on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Star Wars Rebels Season 1, Episode 13, Call to Action. Ain't that the name of the episode, Call to Action? Or am I tripping? No, it is Call to Action.
No, it's called
Yeah.
action.
I was like,
And-
"There's more."
Here just goes a quick rundown of that episode for everyone that might not have seen it. Now, bear with me. This is the first time I'm reading this, so just kind of bear up. Grand Moff Tarkin visits Lothal to deal with the rebels. In light of the discovery that Travis is actually an Imperial spy, the rebels debate broadcasting a message to the nearby star system. Ezra doggedly supports this idea. Since his parents had broadcast secret messages from their basement for years, Kanan decides to invade the main Imperial communications tower on Lothal. The rebels think that they have the element of surprise, but they do not take into consideration the arrival of Tarkin, who has deduced that they will strike. Okay, get it out. The Inquisitor and Kayla. Okay. The Inquisitor and Callus are sent out to capture Kanan alive to earn back Tarkin's trust. When the Imperial forces attack the group at the tower, Kanan instructs the team to leave him and thus is captured. The team is able to have Ezra send out a message of hope, urging those living under the oppression of the Empire to fight back before Tarkin orders the tower to be destroyed, ending their broadcast. So what did y'all think of this episode?
It
I
was,
thought
it was good. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
go
good.
ahead.
It just no, I thought it kind of started slow at first, but then it got like super good at the end. So
No, dude, I loved it. I liked it a lot. I only had a few problems with it. Dude,
Of
you know
course.
me. I'm the
Of
most cynical
course.
son of a gun ever. But overall, it was still good. It's one of the better
It was
ones
a good
we've seen so
episode.
far.
Yes, it was.
it was awesome.
Okay, who we got in the chat over here? We got Chris is in the chat. Bodie Collections is in the
Obi-Sean.
chat. Obi-Sean is in the
Obi-Sean.
chat.
Oh yes, Kim is a permanent member of LSR now.
Yes.
Yes, that. Yes.
She was so dope on the first episode. We just decided to just bring her on the show full time.
Yes.
Yeet.
I love it.
She is here to keep us in line because we're a bunch of idiots. And
Oh.
I don't know what the hell is going on with this crap again. It's talking about my Wi-Fi. I don't even have Wi-Fi on this computer. Why is this saying anything about Wi-Fi on here? I do not understand this thing.
Every 20 episodes, we're gonna have this problem, huh?
I don't
Every
get
20?
it because I don't, dude. I have no Wi-Fi receiver in my computer. The box is right here, like the box. The wire is running out of the box to the back of the computer right here, and I don't understand how it gets this concept of you know what I'm saying, that it wants to go on Wi-Fi. There is no Wi-Fi. I don't know how it's doing that. It's stupid. I don't get it.
Thanks. We got messed up Wi-Fi. We got herpy eyes.
You know what?
Herpes
man?
kind of full of syphilis in your eye.
I'm just playing. I'm sorry, CJ. I'm sorry.
Everybody
why
was
it-
making that joke at work, and they're like, "Oh man, you gotta
Really?
have your girl stop rubbing your face." I said, "This started before she did that. Fuck off!" And like walked over to
Still
my
worth
area.
it.
I can do it blind. I can do it blind. I'm fine. Oh man.
So, we got Star Wars team leader is here now.
Hey, what's up?
So, I like when it came to this episode, I like the fact that it kind of built up. You know, I do agree with you. It started off slow. It's like, oh, really, man? Y'all, come on, is this thing ever gonna get started? But it ramped up pretty quickly, and then the outcome was like, oh my God,
Yes.
like
Gnarly.
Kanan gets captured.
Uh-huh.
And he's a smart ass when he does it. That's one of the best things.
It is.
I'm ready to meet this guy now. Okay, yeah. Who's this guy I'm supposed to be meeting? I'm ready to meet.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, that was a good one.
What?
That's good. That's good.
I shouldn't have said anything.
It's a
You
trap.
can't really see it.
It's a trap. Don't let it ride your face. It's a trap.
Are you sure you don't want to become a voice actor, bro? Like, really? Come on, man. You have
Hit
it.
me up,
You don't
Disney.
have
Hit me up.
kids.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You don't have
Hey,
kids.
I have
You're
some
just freshly
connections.
married.
Bro, hit me up.
he can
I'm
hook
down.
you
I'll give
up.
it a try.
Hey, it pays pretty well.
It does.
Your wife's not gonna like it because you're gonna be gone a lot, especially when they send you to places like Dubai and shit. You be like,
Dude,
what?
that's
I gotta
okay. I'm
go to
gonna be
Dubai.
gone all summer, and she's
Yeah, but you'll be gone for like I've been gone for like 9 months at a time before.
way.
So yeah, it kind of sucks.
Kim's
Deployment
like,
right
you guys are pussies.
You are. I'm sorry, but
You're bitching about
Yeah, but no.
acting.
I was in
Kim's like
Afghanistan for
pussies.
3 years. Y'all suck.
All right, but back to the episode. Sorry. Yeah, dude. Part of me was like kind of worried. I was like, all right, watch. These stormtroopers are gonna start missing, and they're gonna rescue him. I liked how he actually got caught. Like it was unexpected. I liked it.
I'm sorry. If they can make the Grand Inquisitor as dope as the one in Rebels, he's pretty dope in Rebels. If they can make him that dope in Kenobi, he's gonna be a dope character.
Okay,
He
he
really
will
but
is.
compared to like
He will
Tarkin coming in and like
Oh,
totally
yeah.
taking care of business,
He's so
it made the
menacing.
Grand Inquisitor look like a fucking idiot. Like
Bitch.
they were both imbeciles.
I love
Yeah.
when he talks about. I love when Tarkin talks about the Jedi and how they're all dead, and he looks over at the Grand Inquisitor, like, yeah, they're all dead.
I said that.
Like
Yeah.
This guy's not a real
Yeah.
Jedi.
Shame we don't have someone who specializes in dealing with them.
Yep.
There's a lot of shade coming off of Tarkin's
Yeah.
tone as he's
Like,
looking
"Well,
at
I
the Grand
see you."
Inquisitor.
One of my
I love
favorite
him,
parts
though.
is when he's like talking to the two dudes that's been
Yeah,
just
yeah.
messing up all the time, and the Grand Inquisitor just stands there. Next thing you know, you just hear his lightsaber, and you know they both die. You know
Yep.
he just cuts off both of their heads like. Zoom, zoom.
I was like,
He just does the
Done.
lightsaber like this and just kills them both. Zoom. That's
He's a
like
badass.
I was like, yeah, that's great. Now we're getting somewhere here. Now we're starting to go on the good side. We're starting to get to a little bit of the dark side of the force here, and I like that. It was but it just gave me, I don't know, it was kind of one of those episodes that you just kind of, as it started, you was like, oh man, this is just going to be a filler episode. But then it ramped
Yeah.
up and it got you to a point and it like really gave you some nostalgia about the season. Like, oh, wow, Kanan got caught. Oh, Jesus, what's going to happen next? Oh, because Tarkin doesn't believe he's a Jedi. Tarkin's like, I don't know, just because you got a lightsaber, all the Jedi are dead. This dude is not a Jedi. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of put me in a position of where I was like, this is getting good. This is really, really getting good. It's really boosting the season up for the last couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, I'm not much of a Rebels fan. Like it's in my top cartoons, it's number 3 out of the 5 I like to watch. And honestly, like as I rewatch
It's
it
adult
again, and
animation.
but as I'm rewatching it and paying attention more and like catching everything, because obviously we have to talk about it. So now I have to really, really pay attention and catch things in the background. I just love the subtle nods to certain things. Like I think at the last episode, there was a sign, a Wampa sign sitting on the ground, like in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That C-3PO in the deleted scenes sees when he walks by it. That you see that, and like there's a lot of subtle things in the show that love to tie into, the original trilogy and the Clone Wars and all that.
Maybe we should go back and do like an episode on the Easter eggs of season 1.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd like that.
We should do that. Just because I don't know what all of them are. So that would be really dope to find them all out.
Like what?
Like the Easter eggs, like all the little things are like the Wampa sign. And I know there's one part where they show like one of the Wookiees say something about Chewbacca or Black Chrysanthemum or something like that in like episode 4 or something like that.
I love BK.
These are like little subtle things that happen. They call them Easter eggs. You know what I'm saying? It's just little subtle like hints to the original trilogy or one of the movies or the canon timeline type thing.
Hey, can we delete comments?
Why?
This guy says U of A is the good guys and ASU's the bad guys. Like, I just want to delete this comment.
Bodie.
Who said that?
Bodie Collections.
Said the Rebel Crew, U of A, the Empire, ASU.
I mean,
actually, you know what? Fine, I'll be Darth Vader. I'll kick your ass. But dude, that's cool. I didn't even notice half those Easter eggs. I'm too focused on flipping stormtroopers shooting like idiots. But maybe I should pay attention to other stuff.
But you gotta think about it when you go back.
My God.
Dude, I can't get over it.
Okay, go back to the original trilogy. There's like 900 stormtroopers chasing Chewbacca and Han Solo, and they can't hit them. Like they're shooting all directions,
at
and they
least
can't
it's a
miss.
little bit farther away. Like, come on.
Like they be right up on them, and they can't hit them. They just, they're terrible.
I hate all of you except for CJ.
I was like,
oh, really? Why you gotta hate me? I'm just saying that the stormtroopers. That's like the ongoing joke about stormtroopers. They can't hit nothing.
Forgive me for having good logic. Jeez,
like I said, once again, Garrison's one of those cloners. He likes the clones. Or at least they're accurate.
Cloners. How deep your
like I still don't get that. Like, why would the Empire get rid of the clones that are actually good to get a bunch of guys that can't hit nothing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why didn't you just keep the clones? And it was probably cheaper.
It was probably too much of he didn't want any strings attached when you know what I mean? He just wanted it done. Get rid of them. Let's start all new.
Well, then they could have just got some new ones that didn't even know anything. Just make some new ones. It's not like they don't have ultimate supply of them. They didn't have to blow up
the clones because stormtroopers take their helmets off to eat. They'd be like, "Oh, you're not a clone? Oh, you're from this planet?" Like that's just more sketchy to me. Is like, what happened to all the clones?
It's like hard to convince normal people. Just hey, come get killed for us for just creating slavery and taking over the Empire. Now they got to brainwash all these guys and stuff. The clones just followed the orders. You know what I'm saying?
The Empire stormtroopers did. Like they signed up of their like own free will, but with First Order, they were raised.
Yeah, they were taken as babies. They took after the Jedi and the Sith and just started kidnapping small children.
Let's
arguably better. You can brainwash them from a young age.
I mean, you are right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're right.
Shove some form of Stockholm syndrome in that, Jeez. Just accept it.
Chris is on you, Garrison.
Hey, you know what? Chris? It's not going to happen. Sorry, that's just who I am. I enjoy finding the bad.
That's just his niche.
I agree with him.
I am a critic. I will criticize some stuff that I don't like. But if I like it, then it's hard for me to criticize. I can still find the bad in some stuff that I like. There's a lot of stuff that I like that is bad that I'm just, like, this is just bad. It's just bad.
Star Wars team leader, I'm not going on the Star Cruiser. I'm just going to Galaxy's Edge. I wish I was going on the cruiser because that'd be some good content for the show.
Yeah, this is how bad it actually is.
This looks like Battlestar Galactica. What the hell? I want Oscar here.
Huh?
Would you go to the Star Cruiser if you could?
If somebody paid me for me to go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay that type of money to go, especially with all the bad reviews.
Yeah.
And just from the video I seen and what it looks like, it's like, dude, this looks more like it doesn't even look like Star Wars. So I'd rather go to Galaxy's Edge. And I've been to Galaxy's Edge, so I'd rather go back to Galaxy's Edge. At least I know what I'm getting. I'm not going to go into, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's dang near.
A lot.
That's $5,000 a person or whatever it is. I mean, that's stupid. Like, dude, really? Why are y'all robbing people, man?
You think still all the money? Buy stuff. You still have to go in there and buy more stuff.
And my thought process is this. If I was Disney, I would be trying to offer they make so much money. They own like all the entertainment shit. They own Marvel. They own Star Wars. They own National Geographic. They own so much stuff that people watch. They make so much money. Why do you need to charge that much for fans to come enjoy this? Like, you're taking away from the normal fan. It's just
because of inflation.
I don't even think it's because of inflation, because they were doing this before all this inflation stuff happened.
No, I'm wondering if they raised because of inflation. That would be nuts.
I mean, it's just, I just don't get it. It's like a man with like a normal person would have to work half a year to a year to pay for their family to go to this thing for a weekend.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's 2.5 days.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just robbery. Why would you?
It is.
And dude, we are normal Star Wars fans. Normal Star Wars fans are not rich. You got a few people out there. You got the Leonardo DiCaprios and people like that love Star Wars. But the normal person can't afford that. There's no way. I would do for $20,000. I could go to Dubai, take my whole family to Dubai for like a week.
Yep.
And I could be out there, and I could probably buy a Lamborghini and have a shit back home for less than what they're charging for 2.5 days.
Yes,
for a family of 4. And you can get a Lamborghini for like $1,000, and then you can have a ship back to America for like $7,000. So $8,000 plus you spent $12,000 to go over there, and you got a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Or a whatever. It's just, that's crazy. I mean, it is just so outrageous. It just makes me mad because it's like, dude, why do you have to charge this much? It's like, it's just crazy. Like, it just hurts my feelings. What's up, Wolfpack Productions and Pink Panther Collections? Welcome to the show.
Kyle, that's what I was just trying to get to that. And you're like, okay,
Wolfpack makes a great point, guys. I really like Wolfpack's point.
Of course you really like Wolfpack. They want to see that Ben Swallow.
Hey, give me about 6 months. I'll be up there with you.
Let's go. Yee.
I got to start working out.
You got Harrison Swallow.
I went to the neurologist on Monday, and she was on me about certain things. I got to eat better and got to work out, and I got to go get a lumbar puncture, which is this does not sound like it's going to be fun.
No, it does not. Ugh.
So, yeah.
Stay away from my lumbar.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But, yeah, they're going to do that because she was like, at first, remember, she was like, when she was talking to me, she was like, I don't know, we'll have to wait. Let's see what happens. I don't think it might not be MS. The lesions in the brain is, it's, they're not in the right place and blah, 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 blah. Now she's like, oh, it might be MS, so we might want to get this done. Like, what was this? It's been 2 months, man. What are you talking about? I've been going through this crap for 4 months, and in the last 2 months we've been talking about, I've been going to the doctors about it, and now you just going to come up with this? Like, what the hell? At least they gave me some medication, which it doesn't really do crap. I don't feel any different. So, but that don't have nothing to do with Star Wars. That has to do with me dying, and it's okay. We're all dying, so it's gonna happen. But anyway,
welcome to our TED Talk. Hi.
Back to the episode. Kanan might die just like me, so no. We know he's not going to die because, there's 4 more seasons. And that would suck if he died in season 1. That would kind of kill the whole fucking premise of the episodes, but it's all right.
Yep.
What would y'all say is your favorite part of this episode? I want to know what y'all's favorite part is.
Go ahead,
CJ.
When they're standing there and they're having that master and Padawan moment, and Sabine's like, all right, I love that you guys are bonding, but we should go.
Like, let's go.
That was like my favorite part. It was like you have that moment of just connection of just a master and his Padawan, and then Sabine is just like, boom, get out of here. Get that shit out of here. Let's go. We gotta go. It's like when your kids are all cuddly and like lovey, and then you're trying to get them out the damn door. It's like, do you want to go to the damn park or not? Like, let's go. And this is how I took that moment today when I watched it.
McCampus 74. I hope I said your name right. Welcome to the show. We appreciate that you stopped by. My favorite part had to be when they killed them 2 Imperial people.
Yes. That's up there.
The darkest part.
They were just sitting there, and just the look on their face when the lightsaber ignites, they're like, and then it just flips screens like, that's great. I wish they could have showed it. I wish they would have showed it, but that was a good part. I really liked that part. What about you, Kim?
So I really love the Master and Padawan moment too. But also at the end, when Ezra's doing the actual broadcast, I don't know, he just sounded so determined and like he had so much strength in him, and I loved it. I got all mushy from it. I always get mushy from it.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
I'm going to make myself cry, okay?
It was a very good part. I did like that part because he's very sincere about what he's saying.
Right, exactly.
And then they just blow up the temple or blow up the tower right there, blue, right at the end of what he's saying.
I felt like he was walking in his parents' footsteps, so like it was heartwarming, I guess.
It brought out that family hope nostalgia right there.
Yep.
It made you excited to watch the next part.
Always, I actually did so.
Oh, you went ahead. See, you weren't supposed. No, I'm joking. I've seen the whole thing about 5
I've already
times.
seen it.
All 4
Yeah.
seasons. So
I've already seen it, but I did.
Garrison,
I was like, I'm not waiting.
Garrison, what was your part?
See, I'm kind of like, I'm caught. Either there's a couple parts I like. So at the beginning, I love how the stormtroopers waited to start shooting until they got into town. I don't know. That was just like, that was great. They're flying in the desert. Won't shoot at them. Then they get into town. Or I start shooting at them. I thought that was hilarious. That just made me laugh. The part where, actually, I think my favorite part was where, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. Where he decides to blow up the tower. What's his name? Tarkin. Oh my gosh, how did I forget Tarkin? But when Tarkin decides, like, all right, you want to steal our tower? Fine, let's blow this shit up. Like, I don't know. That was just so Tarkin to me. It reminded me a lot of Rogue One. I don't know. I love that part. It showed how like relentless he is and how like he's gonna win no matter what.
Well, he says, what does he say? He says, "This is how you win." No,
Right.
So, this is how you win wars, or something like that. So Chris asked a question. He says, "Do you guys think the battle with Disney and the state of Florida will affect Galaxy's Edge for the future?" Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about this. I haven't seen anything about this.
I've been trying to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to it, but I think it will if the state of Florida wins the argument.
What's the argument?
So basically, this bill in Florida talking about sexual, like teaching like sexual topics to kids from kindergarten to 3rd grade. Florida passed a bill saying that's not allowed.
Okay.
Disney didn't like that because many people on the left view it as like, oh, we're not allowed to talk about gay things and like be open about our sexuality. And Disney supported that side. So Florida, in response, because Disney for the past couple decades has had special tax exemptions in Florida because of Disney World. And so Florida's in like right now there's a bill in the House of Florida threatening to revoke those special tax exemptions.
Oh, that would suck because then that means everything in Florida is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. It
Well,
would
if
just
their
mean
taxes
things that
raised,
Disney
then you're
would
going to
go
have to
up.
pay more.
No, not taxes raised. Disney has a special tax exemption where they don't have to pay as much taxes.
Yeah, and as soon as they start having to pay taxes, then they're going to raise the price.
Yeah,
Cause
so Disney would be more expensive, yeah.
What's up, Goku's favorite son? Thanks for joining.
Yes, Rebels is mad underrated. I completely
It is.
agree with you with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Rebels is way underrated because Rebels is good. A lot of people will say, I don't like Rebels. It's too cartoonish. If you look at
I
the
don't get it.
story,
Yeah.
it is good. It's a good story. Now, yes, I will agree that the animation kind of is lacking, but the stories are good.
Could
And
have
it's not
done it
so
Clone
bad
Wars
that-
style.
It's not so bad that you just can't bear it. It's not like, I mean, come on. We used to watch the Smurfs and crap. That animation was garbage. So
Yeah.
this is way better than that.
I used to watch Ed, and Eddie. That was terrible too.
Oh
This is
God,
so
yeah.
Poor.
Phineas
Poor
and
animation.
Ferb. Have you ever watched the animation on
Yes.
Phineas and
Gosh, that's
Ferb?
terrible.
Oh, it's
They
terrible.
look like
It's
they'd be
just-
floating. They just move their legs and they just be floating everywhere.
and then their faces is all like triangles. And they're like you couldn't
And
even
you
draw
turn
a
it to
real
one side,
face.
you turn it to the other
It's like a
side.
scribble. Like somebody just scribbled out these characters and they made something. Yeah, it's terrible. So I mean, evil. Well, look back at what the hell? My brain is not working. Freaking the dog, man, and the mystery machine. What the hell's the name
Oh,
of it?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I mean, the animation on that was just. They didn't even run. They be running and they just be flying through the air. So I mean, it was terrible. But I mean, we all like
enjoyed
Scooby
it.
Doo. We enjoyed it.
Scooby-Doo's
It
the
was good.
best. Scooby-Doo's the best.
Oh yes, I hope
Unparalleled.
it's stuck in your head, Chris. That was my whole childhood. Loved Ed, and Eddie.
I actually never watched that.
You should go
I
watch a
have
couple episodes. It's kind of funny.
I have my daughter watching it, and it's friggin' it's like cool. I remember when I was like 3 years older than her, and this show came out,
Yeah.
and it was huge, great. And she's watching my son's watching Blue's Clues. Yes,
Oh God, I hated
Yes.
Blue Clues. My oldest
I love
son
Blue's
just
Clues. I had the
loved
think. My dad
Blue's
built
Clues.
me the thinking chair,
We
and we
just
went and got me the
got
handy dandy notebook. And
I like
the
Bro.
Rugrats.
robot.
My
Funny
oldest
story about
son
Scooby-Doo.
watched. My oldest son watched Blue's
Blue's
Clues
Clues.
to death. My youngest son was on. He liked Chihuahua, Beverly Hills
Oh.
Chihuahua. I watched that so many. And my oldest daughter, she was Powerpuff Girls. Everything was. It was either SpongeBob or Powerpuff Girls. Like that's all I got to watch. Like this is garbage. Like
My
oh,
brother-
Hey,
My
Powerpuff
brother,
Girls is good.
my brother blames the Rugrats for how elusive I was and how sneaky I was about getting out of my baby gate or out of my bed or sneaking outside. He blames that show. So
Goku's favorite son says K through third grade. LOL. Why is this even a controversial? They didn't even let us dirty dance in my senior prom.
Yep,
right,
that's true.
arm.
Yep.
I remember in like middle school they had to teach us it's arm length,
Yes.
length. It's her arm length, not
Yeah,
the
bro.
guy's. It's her arm length, and you move
Senior prom
side
was
to
lit.
side. Oh man, we got
hell?
dirty up in that prison.
Bro,
though.
they canceled our winter formal because our homecoming went too wild.
We had the cops show up.
That's-
my junior prom.
Oh, okay, we're not about to get back on this prom.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Okay,
I can't
okay,
believe
okay.
we're right
talking
now.
about
so
going
fun,
to prom.
What were we talking about before?
Rebels? What?
We were talking about rebels. What if there was a rebel prom? What if they had a prom, like an Empire prom?
Bro,
Like all the
you would
cadets
have
had to
a
go
whole
to
damn
prom.
episode about how Ezra's too scared to ask Sabine to the dance. Oh
That
my
would be-
gosh, it would be
that would
so
be terrible.
stupid.
Zeb and Chopper are the two stags sitting over there by the bench, just like, okay.
Chopper would spike the punch.
Oh yeah,
He totally would too. He totally would.
100%.
Just imagine if you brought the
everybody
whole
be
alliance in, and then the
he'd
whole
be
empire
handing
in.
out death sticks. It would be
Do you want
bad.
to
It
buy
would be
some
a
death
bad
sticks?
day.
I don't want to buy death sticks.
You graduated from the academy, but now you're hooked on death sticks.
Everybody wants to. No, I want to take Hera to prom. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I would
wanna
fight
go there.
Kanan
Hera would be
to
that
take Hera to
teacher.
prom.
Hera would be that teacher, like the chauffeur sitting over there in the corner, making sure everybody's behaving. Would be,
Yeah, she probably would, but I'd be the one over there trying to convince her to go in the closet with me. Like, hey, we can go into the custodian closet. Come on, let's go.
It's clean. It's sanitary. I promise.
And then flipping Kanan would be also. Oh, well, I guess he's blind later, so I guess he wouldn't really be able to enforce much.
I'm taking Old Man Rex, so I don't know what you guys are all talking about.
Ooh, I am not surprised in that.
Yep,
Taking
he's
Rex.
mine.
Oh,
Yep.
I feel like Zeb would be the teacher who thinks he's still young and would go dance with the students.
He's a gym
Oh,
teacher.
creepy guy.
100%.
Why is
He's
this
the
guy
gym
dancing with
teacher.
I can just see him like in a windbreaker suit, just like standing in the corner, like this
He's
is
tapping his
bullshit.
foot. And he's got his head moving
Yeah.
a little bit. Like, this is a
Yeah.
good beat.
Then he goes out onto the dance floor and tries to call out a dance battle. He's pulling off
Yep.
some old break dancing moves. Like, what are you doing?
yeah.
I don't already dance like that no more.
100%.
He's Star Warding it. Are you kidding? He's Peter Quilling the dance moves from the first one.
I like to see it.
I can see it. Oh no! With the Adidas windbreakers.
Yes, exactly. I'm envisioning it right now.
Oh man!
I don't like
He
it.
just in my head. He just looks goofy as hell.
Bodie Collection says Star Wars Prom is I can't even say that. What the hell is it? Letitious Invictus.
Leviticus? It just sounds Harry Potter-ish.
Leviticus and Viticus.
And then Star Wars team leader said Chopper would open the floor under the dance floor and drop everybody into the pool.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, I love that movie so much. Star Wars team leader, he's coming on the show just by that one comment. Yeah, I love it.
Chris, dance off. You and me, bro.
You want the Death Star, Mary? I'll throw a lasso around it, bring it the Death
Okay,
Star.
that's a good question. Bodie Collection answers a good question. Who would be the best prom king and queen of Star Wars?
Luke and Leia.
All of Star Wars?
Luke and
Really?
Leia?
Really?
What is wrong
Kinda
with
weird.
you?
You're throwing a lot of shade there.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
I know
It got-
though. I know.
Because that's a hard thing. You got Han and Leia, and you got Anakin and Padme.
Padme. And
That's
you have
really the only
Hera-
two people that's
Hera and
You're
Kanan.
forgetting.
Harry and
Obi-Wan
Kanan,
and
yeah.
Sabine.
Who?
Obi-Wan and Sabine.
It depends. If
not
any
Sabine.
freshmen,
Oh,
if
not
any
Sabine,
freshmen come, Anakin's
Satine.
gonna start killing them.
Satine, yeah. I was like, Sabine, what the hell's Anakin? Obi-Wan's robbing the cradle. We got Sabine.
Anakin's taking out the competition.
Anakin would kill all the freshmen. So you
Oh,
wanna
no,
keep-
Well, if
everybody-
Obi-Wan's a part of the competition, I think there's going to be another high ground moment where he's up on the stage.
I would have to give it to Leia and Han, though. I would.
Yeah.
I'd have to give it to Leia and Han.
She's like the
Definitely.
head cheerleader, and he's like that punky jock football player. He's not the quarterback, but he's kind of like the running back, where he's like second in command. He's kind of bossy. And he's got that like
Or
give me the damn
linebacker,
ball attitude,
maybe.
or a linebacker. Yeah,
Yeah. You see
He
him
definitely
like
would.
actually maybe it is running back. You see him run down the hallway like this.
yeah.
I
He's
mean,
got his head down. He's just ready to go.
He's
That's
ready.
what I'd have to say. So it'd have to be Leia and Han.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely Leia and Han. Okay, now we got some. It's okay. This is so. As I read the article, I was reading through it, and she doesn't necessarily say that, but she hints to it. Okay, so Deborah Chow was doing an interview, and she's covering some different things. She's talking about Obi-Wan, and she's hyping it up, telling us how good it's going to be, and without giving away anything. But then she makes a statement that it's it's the overall of Kenobi's life. Now, you're not going to be able to do that in a 6-part series. You know what I'm saying? Of his whole time on Tatooine. We know they start when he's 10, when Luke is 10. So he's already been there for 10 years. But it got to go all the way up to the point where he takes Luke off of Tatooine. So what? Luke is 18, 19 in. So what she says is Obi-Wan is going on a journey through, there's going to be different people that come into his life. One of the things that I was trying to do with the series was to have a legacy of who is important in Obi-Wan's life and also have some new characters. So it's going to be a mixture of the two. But I do think that there are some surprises to come. Of course, she can't really go into specifications, like I said, but it's exciting to hear that she is going to surprise. She has some surprises up her sleeve. The 6-part Obi-Wan story has an emotional, is envisioned as a limited series. And Chow confirms the idea of a second series or second season was not a priority when filming. So basically she says what she goes through and says, and then what the interviewer comes in and says afterwards is the second season was not a priority when filming. What do you mean it wasn't a priority when filming? All right, so they filmed the whole thing and now they got a second season?
Or
what are they hinting to here?
Or is
I
it
don't
like,
know.
hey, this is all we got for this season. We'll see if Disney and the ratings want us to continue on. So there's 8 episodes to the season, right?
6.
6? Damn, I was going to say, if there's 8, you can do a year an episode. Like this is year 11 of Luke's life, 12, 13.
Well, then it goes on. Then she went on to say, we really didn't conceive this like a beginning, middle, and an end. It is one big story, and it was always meant to be. You can never tell what has happened. You can never tell what will happen in the future. But if another series were to happen, it would be the same process of making sure that there was a real story to tell. Ours is obviously very connected to the prequels, but I love the idea that there can be more to the story than there are overall over the timeline. So basically she's saying there's a possibility. She didn't come right out and say it, but she kind of said it.
I also like how she said it though, because she said it that if the story works, if there is more of a story to tell, then yeah. She didn't talk about, if there's good reception or if people like it, then we'll do it for the money. She did it. She said if there's enough story there, then we'll continue with the second season. And I think that's really important. Don't make a second season just because you want money. Make it because it's actually a good story.
Yeah. So when they announced that it was only going to be a one like mini series type thing, and there wasn't going to be a second series and all that, because in all actuality, Disney never really said there wasn't going to be a second series. It was just supposed to be. Basically, they took the movie and turned it into a TV series. That's how they did it. They took the writing from the movie that they was going to create, and then they turned it into a miniseries for Disney Plus. But at the same time, Disney never said there wasn't going to be a second part. Disney never said that they were going to do anything else with it. They just kind of left it at where they said. It excites me to think that if they do a good job at it, if Deborah Chow does a good job, they're giving her the opportunity maybe to do a second miniseries or a second season or whatever they want to call it. I think that is, and I'm being hopeful that Obi-Wan is going to be good, because if they fail at this, that I have a feeling that it's going to be like a spiraling fucking hellhole of Star Wars fans just going nuts if they do Kenobi bad. I don't think Disney can recoup from doing a bad Kenobi.
I will leave the podcast. Just if it's bad, I will leave. I'm just kidding.
I think we might be talking about some other subjects other than Star Wars if it's extremely bad. Like, what do we got to talk to today? I think we're going to talk about
next on
Star
LightSaber
Trek
Radio.
today.
We're going to talk.
It went from LightSaber Radio to We Talk About Everything Radio. We talk about entertainment radio.
Talk about the new Lord of the Rings show.
But I I just don't know how they could do a bad job at it. You know, really, when you look at it, you got Inquisitors, you got Kenobi, you got Vader, it's like, dude, you got to really suck to mess this thing up.
Yeah,
you got too many great people in this.
You have a formula
feel
for
like-
a perfect show.
I feel like no matter what, though, someone is going to nitpick about something. They already have. The Inquisitor. You know what I mean? Like, it's like everything.
They've been
You got
roasting
to.
the
We're Star
Inquisitor.
Wars fans. We complain about everything, but that's all right. We can complain about stuff and it still be good, or, you know, nobody's going to like it. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody's going to like it. You're not going to please everybody. That's impossible.
Yep.
You can't do it. It's completely impossible. You're going to have somebody that's going to come on. It'll probably be me and Garrison to say it sucks. But, you know, just because that seems like the theme.
That's the most likely.
But I just don't know how they could do it bad. Like, you have too many
I didn't think they were going to make Boba Fett bad, but look at what they did.
Yeah, but that's just because they tried to change Boba Fett. They're following the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I do believe that they used a lot of the book because the book and the actual original script for Kenobi, the movie, was based off the book, or the book was based off the original script. And if they use parts of the original script for the movie on the TV series, then I just don't there's got to be parts of that, you know, of what happens. And what we know is even if they just followed the formula that was based in the book and original movie script, it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they can mess that up. Especially you got Vader in it. You got Inquisitors in it. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi in it. I mean, just how do you mess that up? Like, I don't believe... Honestly, now, Tamara Morrison has been not really done a lot of great movies or TV shows or, you know, since Star Wars.
What?
What has he been in? That was good.
Nothing you would watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's because it's not going to be
That doesn't
good.
mean
I only watch good shit.
it's not. It doesn't mean it's not good. It's just stuff I don't think you would.
If you walk down if you walk down the street and ask them who Tamara Morrison was, they wouldn't even be able to tell you. The normal person would not be able to tell you who he was. His career is not doing the best.
He was in Moana. What are you talking about?
But it's a cartoon. They
He's
don't know
still
who
in
he
it.
is. They
He's
gonna
still
say,
in it.
yeah, they're not gonna know who he is. But you have someone like Ewan McGregor, everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows who Ewan McGregor. Everybody knows who Hayden Christensen is. Everybody knows who these actors are. Everybody knows the Fast and the Furious film, so they know who what's his face is. What's his name? What's his name? CJ?
I can't think of it.
I can't think of his name anyway.
I'm trying to think.
But everybody
give me
knows who
another
he
reference.
is. If you watch Fast and the Furious, you know who he is.
Vin Diesel.
No, not Vin Diesel.
Paul
Wait,
Walker?
Vin Diesel's not in in Star Wars?
Wait, we're talking about someone in
Walker?
Star Wars? And
Yeah, he's
Fast and
he's in
Furious?
the Kenobi. He's one of the Inquisitors. Sue Kim or Sue King or what the hell's his
Oh,
name?
yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Sung Kang.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't
yes.
think of his name.
Guy who always snacks on stuff.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? You got all these great actors in this series. Like, I just don't see how they could mess it up. I don't see how it could, you know, especially I don't think Ewan McGregor would sit back and take the part. You know, he got to read through the scripts. He's like, oh man, this is garbage, man. Y'all really, or Hayden, they're not gonna play bad parts in a bad series. Their careers is good. You know what I'm saying? Their careers is not doing bad. Tamara Morrison, all right, I don't understand what this got to do with Boba Fett, but hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? My career ain't doing shit. So, you know what I'm saying?
Makes no sense. You say that though, because he was in Moana. He's been in Spartacus. He's doing the Aquaman movies, man. I'm just like, it blows my
he's
mind.
not, but nobody knows who he is. Like, if you ask anybody who he is, most
say his
people,
name,
the
people
average
don't
person
know.
that's not a Star Wars fan is not going to know who he is.
I'd just
No,
be
that's
like,
true.
no, Aquaman's dad. And they'd be like, oh, okay. Or the voice of Moana's dad, which nobody would know that. Or you just say Jango Fett. But not the point. Leave him alone.
I don't know. I feel like his biggest role was Boba. You know what I mean? And like,
And then and you got to think he might be in these other movies, but he was never a starring role. So he's not making no real money. You know what I'm saying? Like to play the dad. You know what I'm saying? Like what he got, maybe $100,000 off of doing that. Maybe $1 million. Maybe. When you got Hayden Christensen, he don't even do a movie for no less than 10. Ewan McGregor don't even talk to nobody for less than 10. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference. That's like saying Denzel Washington and, you know what I'm saying, any other actor. You know what I'm saying? You don't even talk to nobody less than 30 million to do a movie. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference in characteristics. So when you take that, and this dude's like, dude, my career ain't doing the best. Let me go ahead and take the starring role because he ain't getting no other starring roles. Let me take the starring role. And then, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what the script says. I'm just going to come out here and do it. Somebody's going to like it. You got someone like Ewan McGregor or Hayden Christensen. These dudes get starring roles. And when they get starring roles, they get paid to do it. They're not just going to do crap roles. They're not. It's just not in their character. They just don't do it. They'll turn down movies if it's not good. So that's just my. I'm hoping here. This is me trying to build up my own hope that they don't just destroy this and just fuck Kenobi up because it's gonna make me it's gonna make me very mad.
They released some set photos and I don't know. I sent those in the chat and I've been trying to find a decently like cropped photo so I can put it on the social medias. But every time I put it on the social medias, it's too big. But it looks good from what I'm seeing from these set photos from certain parts and scenes. It looks detailed. It looks like they've put everything in the right spot in the right moment and just took the right photo in that moment itself. And then they just they're dropping toys here soon, I would assume, because people are showing up at Target and there's a set scene where it's Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting. And just like they were in A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith.
Come on, okay. You just think about it. Just think about it for a second. We're going to get Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting.
Again.
Right there. Right there is exciting. Right there. Like, as long as I get that and it's a good fight scene, I can I can screw with the rest of it. Just let me get that. Let me see some Inquisitors chop some people up and, you know what I'm saying, let me see Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight. I'm happy. Like, it don't even have to have a good story. I just want to see that. If I can see that, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight again, I think I'll be happy. I would be happy with the whole series. If it's a good fight, if it's a garbage fight, then I'm gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna be like, what the hell if they like hit 4 times with the lightsaber and then somebody flips off and the other person flips off and you know what I'm saying, then it's over. I'm gonna be like, what the hell was that? But if it's a halfway decent fight scene, and you know they gotta come with it. You know they gotta. Deborah Chow is not going to sit back and let them come with some garbage. Not no fight scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. I don't see that happening. You know, I don't think so. Oh man, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm a little bit. Yeah, McGregor's net. This Tori come in. It's your girl.
Come on, why are you being like that?
$5 million. Christensen $12 million. McGregor $25 million. So that just tells you he's broke. But $5 million could be gone in the snap of a finger.
The last movie Hayden did was in 2018, and it was Little Italy. That was the last one. If you go through,
that was a good movie, though.
Hold on. If you go through his movie list, he is very picky. Like everything that he is in, he has picked because of the writing. This is where your point's coming in, Kyle. Is that the writing has to be good for him to want to take it. All these movies that he's done, like Jumper, I loved Jumper.
Jumper was a good movie.
Yeah, Jumper was a good movie. Awake, good movie.
Good movie.
The Takers.
Not the best movie, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, The Takers was a good movie.
Takers was a good movie.
Life as a House, or Life is a House. My bad. As a House.
How many movies is this mother trucker in? I thought it was only in Star Wars and Takers.
And right before he did Little Italy, he did First Kill with Bruce Willis.
I didn't see that, so I can't say.
Before that, and then after that, he didn't do anything until 2014. And then before
McGregor
that,
gets like
it
$1
was
million
Star Wars.
to be in a play. You know? So, but you gotta look at it when you look at the movies that they've done, and you look at the movies that Morrison has done, dude. He takes movies because he doesn't get he got to be a star of a TV series. Doesn't really happen. So he can go in and be like, I don't give a shit. The dude could be a bum. For all I care, I want the part because I'm gonna make money off of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a good part. Hayden and Ewan McGregor is not gonna do that. They're gonna take good parts and they're gonna make sure that it's good. So they read through the scripts before they ever signed on for this. When they read through the scripts like this, I can do this. That's all I'm saying. And
Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
for a fact. I'm just guessing, but you can look at the money that they make and the stuff that they've been in compared to stuff that Morrison's been in.
Yeah, and that's why I pulled up the movies. As like I looked at Hayden. Hayden has 3 to 4 years before this. He had like 7 years since his last movie, his actual full movie where he had a full part and he was the leading role. And then before that, it was 3 years. And then before that, it was Star Wars. It was Jumper and then Star Wars. He's very picky on the scripts.
Yeah, you got to be. If you're what did
You're a big name.
I was watching a interview with Denzel Washington. He says, I read everything, and if it's not good, I don't do it. It don't matter how much money they're offering him. If it's not a good movie, he doesn't do it. And you see every single one of his movies is a good movie. And he's probably one of the best actors of our time because he gets the best parts, because he's picky as hell. I would be too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just the way that it has to be. You either choose to make money or you choose to be in the best part, because making money can ruin your career and it can end your whole thing, your whole everything. You know, your whole career could just be ended if you take a bad part. It only takes one bad movie to crush your whole my brain just went blank. Your whole career. It only takes one bad movie. And we've seen it happen multiple times with good actors that they did one bad movie and the next thing you know, you don't hear about them anymore. You don't see them anymore. So, I mean, and I'm not, and once again, I'm not saying the Book of Boba Fett was bad. I'm just saying it shouldn't have been called the Book of Boba Fett. It should not have been about Boba Fett. They could have done it about any other character, put Morrison in there, let him play the part, and it could have been a way better show, because the show itself wasn't bad. It just didn't make sense to call it the Book of Boba Fett, and it really wasn't about Boba Fett, because this is not Boba Fett.
That type of story was more of like a Rex kind of thing. Like that would be something Rex would do, not Boba Fett.
Yeah, you know, it just didn't make a lot of sense to make Boba Fett a good guy. He's not a good guy. That's not who he is. And they try to convert him because he got with this family environment of the Sand People, and he gained a heart because of that. Like, dude, what? That's not he didn't ever have a family, and his dad was killed by Mace Windu. His whole life has been about avoiding people and just capturing people and killing people. That's his whole life. So one little incident's gonna make him turn into this family orientated good guy. It's just hard for me it's hard for me to fathom that. Like if they would have said, okay, 20 years from the point of him getting out of the Sarlacc pit, throughout a whole bunch of time and explained a little bit more that he became more family friendly, that would have made more sense. But like that, he just turns into a family guy because one incident, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but they were also doing the flashbacks of him watching his dad leave, so maybe he always wanted a family life, but just never got it.
Like I said, it just didn't make sense. Like the series itself there was not really a whole lot of story. There was a lot of good action. There was a lot of good stuff that happened. Some of it was a little bit out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Really? This dude? Oh, come on now. But, you know, that's just anything that you have to do with entertainment, especially when it comes to Disney. They're going to hit you with wow moments. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I just think that they could have done a lot better. But that's just my personal opinion. A lot of people liked it. A whole bunch of people. Rotten Tomatoes is like 88% now, I think, or some crap on that. And that's okay. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And a lot of younger people, they liked it. They really liked it. I know who Boba Fett really is, so it didn't appeal to me. But I just don't think that they're going to do that with this series. This is going to be... This has to be, if not as good, it has to be better than The Mandalorian for really to show the things. And I think with Deborah Chow working on The Mandalorian and Deborah Chow's her history and the other things that she's worked on, she has never put out anything that just was garbage. You know what I'm saying? So I just do not believe that she would allow that to happen with this series. This is probably the biggest thing that she's ever done, because you're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars franchise, one of the main characters in Star Wars. You can't, if you mess that up, you blew it. You know what I'm saying? Your career might be over. And I just don't believe that she could do that. I don't believe that she will allow that to happen.
Me either.
That's just my personal opinion. Hey, for all I know, we could have just it could be terrible, and then we all be sitting here like, what the fuck? But you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So, Lego Star Wars confirmed something for us. I don't know if you guys saw the Instagram. So when you look at the bio of the Rancor Keeper in Return of the Jedi, it explains why, it explains himself and what he's went through. And it talks about his favorite creature, the Rancor, who he called Patissa Muchi. So the Rancor in Return of the Jedi is the Rancor we meet in the Bad Batch.
But then the story doesn't go together. Because why would Michi or the Rancor is not Muchi, it's Michi. And
different genders.
And they were different genders. And the Rancor saves his life. That's why he is the only one that can deal with that Rancor. And he was planning on helping the Rancor escape before the Rancor was killed by Luke Skywalker. That has nothing to do with the time period or the nothing to do with the Bad Batch episode at all.
It just confirmed it. So I don't know. I don't know.
Muchi and Michi
Muchi is the same name as the one. It's the same name. It's literally. I was just watching that.
Who wrote that though?
Obviously, Lucasfilm and Lego did it, because this is a
Lego is not. Lego doesn't. Lucasfilm was not incorporated with Lego during the creation of the Skywalker Saga Legos thing.
Well, the Lego company confirmed that the same Rancor.
Lego company don't mean shit.
I'm going with it.
Because they were two different genders.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
Like, it was already confirmed a long time ago that they're not the same. If you can look up the Wikipedia and it'll tell you that the fandom, and it'll tell you that they're not the same person. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of Lego's just saying shit. Because it doesn't apply with the story. Which, I mean, it depends on which story you go off of. If you go off of the Star Wars story, they're not the same. But if you go the Star Wars fandom, you know what I'm saying, Wikipedia and all that, they're not the same. But if you go off of the fan film, the kid raised, they're not the same neither. Because the fan film says that the kid raised them, and then what's his face in Bib Fortuna went and picked the kid up, but the kid is not the same character. So that shows that it's not the same neither. Because you watch the fan film that's on YouTube where they show the kid raising the Rancor, and then Bib Fortuna and the two what are them, Gamorreans? What are them? They come to pick him up, and they take him and the kid, and then the kid is supposed to be the dude which I don't even think that they're not even the same species. But anyway, it was kind of a way of telling the story. And George said he really liked it in the interview. I think I read the interview thing that he said he really liked the fan film of that. It was cute. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess that all just depends. But they're not because they're two different genders. So that's the thing that makes it like, screw what Lego says. Lego can say whatever they want. That doesn't make it true.
I'm going off of it. I'm fine. I will die on this hill.
Stick with it, CJ. Stand to your guns.
Right.
All right, so I think we talked about the two subjects that we thought they were going to be the best.
Anything else?
We caught the Rebels. It was a good episode. And then we
Dude,
talked a little
you
bit
got me,
about
yeah.
this Deborah
Now
Chow
I'm freaking
stuff.
out about Kenobi. I can't wait, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
it seems
counting down
like the
because-
closer I get, the more excited I get about it.
I just feel like it's going slower though, because we're not like I was like, okay, cool. Next Tuesday, I'm leaving for California. Hey, it's only freaking Wednesday, and I'm like, come on, I just want this weekend to be over. I'll do Monday and Tuesday at work, and then I'm off to California. And then when I come back, I have like a week and a half, almost 2, and then Kenobi hits. It's like, come on.
You should have scheduled this better. You could have been the celebrations.
I thought about that. But we're trying to do it
Your
for Phoenix's
scheduling
birthday.
sucks.
Phoenix was born on May 4th. No, it does not.
Well, I mean, that's cool that y'all taking her. But how old is she? 3?
She's turning 3.
Yeah, she ain't even remember none of this.
Yes, she will. So the biggest thing is, so my mom, and then their Mimi, their adopted grandma, said, I wish I would have took my kids when they were that young to Disneyland, because that's something that will always be a cognitive memory of like happiness to them at that early age.
Can't remember anything.
Cass, probably not.
Core
He's
memory.
1. He don't give a shit. But Phoenix is 3. She remembers stuff that happened to her like a year and a half ago. Like she's got a great memory.
What science says is that most people don't retain memories until they're after 3 years old.
Well,
And like I can't remember. I can't even remember back when I was like past 10, and I'm only 45, so I don't remember none of that shit. But drugs and alcohol and
party.
probably feel in there somewhere. Probably got rid of a lot of those memories. Is there anything else that y'all got that y'all would like to bring up before we close out this episode of Rebels Recap?
Nope. I'm gonna hold on to the news I have until Saturday.
I wish there ain't that much. I've been watching the news. I've been keeping track of it. There ain't a whole lot coming out. A lot of stuff, man. They still on this Lego stuff, man. They've been Legos. Like, damn, every 2 articles is about Legos. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I wonder how much money they make from this game, bro.
Oh, I guarantee they got a lot. I think it's like the number 1 game out right now. There's like so many people that don't shit. This shit is like crazy. It's like everything is Legos. Yep, see, Bodie Collection agrees with me. He said his first memory that he can really, core memory that he can remember is watching Phantom Menace when he was 6.
I think my first core memory was when I was 4. I wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese's because I saw the commercial. It was Chuck E. Cheese's, where a kid can be a kid, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to go there. We went there for my birthday, and I absolutely hated it because I thought the mouse was freaky as fuck.
The one core memory I have.
Mouse was freaky as fuck.
The one core memory I have, I was 3, about to be 4. I had climbed over my baby gate. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I grabbed my helmet, my backpack. I was in a pull-up and a t-shirt, and I was getting on my bike to go ride to Walmart to load up into the docking bay and steal Hot Wheels from the loading bay. Walmart was a 30-minute bike ride for an adult, if that.
This man, dedication to his.
Oh
team.
yeah, I was very dedicated to be a little freaking klepto and start stealing shit from the loading bay in the back of Walmart. I wanted more Hot Wheels. I was a very big Hot Wheel fan.
CJ and his toys, man. You should go steal these new lightsabers that they're talking about in the Star Cruiser, bro.
Oh
Come on, go sneak in. Now you got the intelligence to go along with it, bro. We're all getting free lightsabers next week.
My oldest memory, I think that I have, was the first time. I don't know. I was probably like 7 or 8, and I went hunting with my dad. I think that's the oldest memory that I can remember. Just because I remember I was shooting a 20 gauge, and I was looking across. We was hunting ptarmigan, and I looked across the wrong way, and that shit kicked up and hit me in the face and bust my eye. I think that's the oldest memory that I have.
Cognitive, like the first memories most kids get are either overly enjoying memories or very bad experiences. Trauma of any sort will always stick with a child.
Trauma, what are you talking about? That's just people in general. You remember the bad shit.
I'm talking
most
about
of the time you forget
as a
the good shit.
as a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old, they will remember if they broke their leg. Like it happens.
I can't even remember the first girl I had sex with. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I can't. Well, shit. That was
Your wife doesn't count. No,
It was a beautiful day.
I was like, shit. That was freaking
the suns were
what
shining.
33 years ago.
November 11th. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even remember. I remember like I don't remember what she looks like. I remember her name. Her name was Katrina, but I don't remember what she looked like. I couldn't tell you. If I seen her right now, I wouldn't even know who she was. And that's supposed to be the best thing for a man to ever remember. I don't remember.
I remember mine because cops got involved because we broke into the wrong apartment.
Damn, what you mean? What kind of stuff was you doing, man? You was breaking in people's apartments, raping people and stuff. What's wrong with you?
Hold on. So she lived right by the high school, and there's apartments right by my old high school, and she lived in there. Well, we entered the wrong back door, and we were in some random family's apartment, and we ended up having fun in the living room.
You were just having sex or something. So what the hell wrong with you? Oh, God.
So I went to go get water out of the kitchen and get her some water and stuff, and I look at the family photos, and I was like, I could have swore her dad was white. And there's a whole Hispanic family portrait right above where the kitchen table was. And I was like, oh, I don't like this feeling. So I snuck and grabbed all my clothes and I dipped the hell out, and she got arrested for breaking and entering.
No, I'll tell you the very first memory I ever had, I was 4. No, I wasn't. I was like 6.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. I was 5 or 6. It was when I went to go see Empire Strikes Back. And I went inside, and when Jabba the Hutt came on, I started crying like a bitch. And my mom beat me because we had to leave the theater because I was scared of Jabba the Hutt. That was my very first memory that I can remember. That's the oldest memory I have. And it's very tragic because I got beat and I was scared. I was scared of Jabba the Hutt and I got beat. Yeah. So it was very traumatic.
A double whammy traumatic situation, you know.
Like that's the very first memory that I have is getting beat watching Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt. And then I don't know what happened. Like I love Star Wars now. You think most people will be like, I hate Star Wars. I got beat because of Star Wars. And that was back in the day, you know. Back in the day, parents beat their kids. You know, you got beat for reals. It wasn't none of this. You're bad, so sit in this corner for 5 minutes or anything like that. We got beat.
Oh, jeez. Remembering the good old days, huh? Okay.
That's just because parents loved their kids. They wanted to make sure they was gonna grow up to be all right, so they beat them to death. So they did everything they could to get away from their parents. So they had no choice but to do right. I got to get away from these crazy people. They just beat me all the time. So I got to get a good job. I got to work so I don't ever have to go back.
I'm running away.
I ain't running away.
Babe, you can't tell that story. My first memory was my mom hitting me in the face with a shovel on accident. I love that you put ...
Yeah.
That's just because she said it was an accident. It was an accident. Tori.
My face fell down the stairs.
Right before first grade picture day. Oh, babe.
All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Make sure you join us on Saturday, because we started getting off topic real bad here. We need to end this episode before we get sued.
Before we get something, get anything.
All right. So make sure you join us on Saturday, 11 a.m. Well, I keep wanting to say p.m. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 10 Central, 9 Mountain. 8
8675309.
Okay, anyway, you get it. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you check us out. All right, everybody. So, peace, and may the force be with you.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.